Hello. So you know, it's that time of year where like every YouTuber and content creator does like my top 5 gifts and
10 things you have to have for the holiday season or top gifts for.
it's like always from like one person's perspective. Well, I had the thought, instead of multiple videos where a bunch of people kind of maybe say the same thing, what if we all came together and we did one video where we each listed one gift idea? It takes a lot of pressure off the individual creator, but also I thought it would be more fun for you guys to watch. So I asked a bunch of friends and co-creators and colleagues and peers if they would be interested in participating, and luckily everyone is awesome. I had a bunch of people agree to do this with me. So what you are about to watch is
Gift Night of 2022.
Sewing Historical Fashion Cosplay Edition, because you know they're all kind of like meh anyways, right? Obviously it is the holiday season where I am right now and as we're filming this. However, the great thing about a gift guide is that it works for any sort of gift giving occasion, so you guys can come back and revisit this video for, you know, any sort of gift giving holiday or event, whether it's a birthday or an anniversary, Valentine's Day, just because oops, I f***ed up, I'm so sorry. Gift giving experience, it's whatever. I have broken everything down into 3 sections. We have the practical, the pretty, and the books, because books need their own section. Links to everything people mention, if there are links available, will be down in the description below. Some of those links, for full disclosure, will be affiliate links. Some of them will not. It just sort of depends. If I know that they're affiliate links, I will make a written note next to the link itself to let you guys know, for that way we have full disclosure, so that way the government is happy with us. But nothing in this video is sponsored. It's literally just us giving you all our suggestions. Okay, so I think that covers everything. Let's get to it with the first section.
Hi, I'm Sostine, and my gift recommendation for your sewing friend. I have a few. My recommendation for a gift under $10 is a really good thimble. So you can see mine. These are from NSM Creative Corner on Etsy, and she sells them for different prices depending on the material you want, but they're all hand sewn. They're really strong. They're really comfortable. And you could just kind of put them on your middle finger and it works really well. If you're looking for a gift under 30, my recommendation is the English gown pattern or the shirt pattern by At the Sign of the Golden Scissors. I think a lot of people don't know about them, but basically it's like a workshop in a box. They go through step by step and show you the different stitches. They even tell you how many stitches to use per inch. And the whole thing has steps and pictures for every single part of making it. The patterns make a lot of sense, and even if you don't really love historically accurate sewing, it's just a really nice thing to just kind of go through and read through, because you can learn a lot about it. So that's my recommendation for under 30. This is like if you want to go really over the top, or better yet, if you are requesting something, I would honestly recommend a hairpiece from Jenny LaFleur. So Jenny LaFleur makes these hair pieces, and you just kind of pop them on your head and they get a really good hedgehog really fast. And so if you're requesting a gift, I would recommend one of these. These are a little bit more expensive. They're usually over $100, but they're really well made. I really can't recommend them enough. That's it. Those are my gift recommendations. Happy holidays.
Those of us for whom space is at a premium might require something of a more consumable nature so as not to hang around and take up space. I highly recommend snacks, and particularly snacks which one cannot easily obtain in one's country of residence. Namely, in my opinion, Cheez-Its. Oh man, I forgot how good Cheez-Its are. I literally never bought these in America, but apparently now that I'm here, best snack in the world.
Hi everyone, I'm Emily, also known as our Shield Maiden, and this is my cat Iris, and today we're going to be showing you one of my favorite holiday gift ideas. It's something that I recommend to everyone that I meet because it's not only sustainable, but it's also something that is small, kind of inexpensive, but is going to save you a lot of money in the end. And that is a bias tape making kit. This is such a little nifty kit. It comes with 4 different sizes of bias bias tape making molds, if you will, and really all you need to use it is some scrap fabric or extra fabric, and then also an iron. And then there's a couple other tools that are included in this kit. This kit is around $10 to $15 depending on where you buy it. I got mine on Amazon, but there are a lot out there if that's not a purchasing option that you would like. It's just something that I really love, and I know that the person in your life that is a historical costumer or cosplayer will love it too. Great for stocking stuffers.
Hello. Oh my god, I look like Professor Snape.
Snipe, snipe, Severus Snape.
Something I really recommend to anyone who's a maker of anything. It's actually called Maker X by Works. They make a lot of lawn tools, but then they started making sort of craftsman cosplay tools, which are so good. You just get this big battery, and then they have a bunch of tools like glue gun, wood burner, a Dremel tool. It's really portable because you just hook it onto the same battery, charge that battery, take it off, use another tool. And they're super cheap, so I highly recommend that for any of the makers in your lives. Hi Abby, I love you. Okay, bye.
My name is Serena, and I am a vintage sewing content creator, and for this year's gift guide, I wanted to shed light on two wonderful small businesses. Small businesses makes what I do that much more easier, and I wanted to start with the sewing pattern company that I absolutely adore, backroomfinds.com, which is ran by my friend Stephanie Canada, who has a beautiful selection of vintage patterns ranging from the 20s to I think the early 2000s. All of her patterns are carefully cared for and packaged into acid-free packaging, perfect for gift giving. And if you don't know the size of the person that you would like to gift for, you can also give them a PDF version of some pattern magazines and other vintage magazines. And I think it's a wonderful place to shop for someone that you know that loves vintage and also loves sewing just like I do. The next business I would like to shine some light on is a Black woman-owned business, and it's shelovesvintage.com. This business has lots of vintage inspired merch like t-shirts, pins, luggage, and a lot of these pieces depict Black women in vintage or Black pinups and other women of color as well. I really adore her products because it shows us in a way that I was never able to see myself when I was growing up. So I think it would make the perfect gift for anyone, but especially someone who loves vintage in your life that does not sew. I adore both of these women and what they do. So definitely check them out, and happy holidays.
My holiday gift suggestion this year is going to be a really lovely and aesthetic notebook, sketchbook, something that is not only very practical and can be used for journaling and keeping track of projects or research or sketching out ideas, but can also just look absolutely gorgeous on a shelf. So these two in particular come from the Creeping Moon, who also has lovely artworks as well, but they have a variety of different types of notebooks, whether they're lined, gridded, or sketchbook weight paper, and they're gold foil, and they look like old lovely antique books. They're just absolutely gorgeous on the shelf and in use, and they are just the right size to carry with you wherever you go.
Hello there, it's Bianca from The Closet Historian, here with some of my gifting suggestions for the holiday season. And firstly, I'd love to recommend Cartwright's Sequins. These folks have every size, shape, and color, transparency, opaque, satin finish, every different type of sequin you could ever desire for any costume, cosplay, or fashion sort of project. I think it's a great resource for creatives, but also would be a great place to grab a gift card for someone in your life who likes to work with embellishment or beadwork or embroidery, things like that. These guys do offer gift cards, and it would be fun to select a few different of their favorite colors, like different options of their favorite colors from the sequins on offer, and then perhaps pair that with the gift card. And a smaller gift card goes a long way with these small packets of sequins because, of course, each individual packet of sequins is not that expensive. My second suggestion is rather on theme for me. If you are aware of my videos over on my channel where I do a lot of pattern drafting, I really recommend using alphanumeric pattern drafting paper. It's nice and wide, it's a little bit transparent, and I think if there's someone in your life who makes a lot of tracings of patterns, does a lot of pattern drafting, pattern grading, or copying, scaling up of historic patterns, things like that, it's really nice to have a big roll of patterning paper. I purchased my pattern drafting paper from Atlas Levy, where of course the rolls are very large and therefore a bit more pricey to ship, and that's what would make this such a nice and surprising gift, surprisingly practical present. And then my last suggestion is perhaps the least specific of all, and that is antique celluloid hair combs. You can pick these up from the turn of the century through the 1930s perhaps, Online, try eBay and Etsy. I just think these are a lovely addition to any costume, but also everyday hairstyle. Stick them into a simple bun and it really elevates the whole look. They're such a precious and fun object to have and display as well, so I really think a celluloid hair comb would make a great gift. So those are my top 3 suggestions, but I'm certainly excited personally to see what else ends up on this list.
Hi everyone, I am Sarah of Official Hambly, and my gift recommendation for the sewist in your life is the 2022 Mystery Kit from Mood. This winter you get 3 yards of a winter weight fabric, 2 spools of matching thread, a button maker, and of course a mystery notion. It is the perfect way to start a project or just stock up for the winter.
Happy holidays, friends! There's no better gift that I can think of than the gift of organization. I know that my whiteboard has kept me sane for the last several years, running through several projects at a time, or just keeping the little chipmunks in my brain from digging at me while I'm working on something that I can't make time for just yet. My whiteboard is currently available on Amazon for just about $20. It is magnetic, it is 24 by 36 inches, so it's a behemoth, and it should be wall mounted, but you could stick it really anywhere, so it's a great gift for someone who has a lot of projects that they want to work on, or maybe wants to organize their life in other ways. If you'd like to go for something just a little bit smaller, there's also a 12 by 16 inch version for just a little bit more at $26 currently, but it does have a kickstand so that you can set it up on your desk or your floor or wherever, and it also comes with dry erase markers already, so it's a kit that kind of is ready to go. If you'd like to go for something more digital or maybe just a little bit more cost effective, there's this PDF version of a cosplay planner from Alice in Cosplay Land, so you'd be supporting a fellow costumer. You could print out 5 or 6 of these and put them in a binder, maybe decorate that binder for your friend, give them a really special gift that's handmade by you. Lastly, if you're into Notion, Casey Renee Cosplay also has available on her site this digital planner for Notion. If your friend is into that, it's a really great organizational tool. I use it currently. I think it's a really wonderful way to organize your upcoming projects and make sure that you stay on target while keeping everything in your either phone or computer. All the links that I've mentioned here will be down below for you, and I hope you guys have a great holiday season.
You know what I hate about Christmas? It's freezing. Every year they keep having it at the same time, and every time it is so cold. I hate the cold very much, but for some reason still live in Ohio. So if you live somewhere that is also not Florida.
For instance, in New Jersey, north of Jefferson, Missouri, you got Richmond in Virginia, South Dakota has Pierre.
My recommendation for the gift that you should give your loved ones is a bulk pack of hot hands or toasty toes. These things are great. They're honestly kind of versatile. You can put them in your toes.
In your shoes, not in your toes.
Or you can peel back the sticky stuff and stick it over your heart or your wrist or that juicy artery in your thigh, and it will circulate heat throughout your whole body. That is a great recommendation that I have. But if you do live in a state, that is Florida, if you do live in Florida, though, my recommendation would be that you have the Sunshine and Disney World at your disposal, so I don't know why you would need gifts to make you happy. Thank you.
Hi everyone. My best recommendation, I think, for your historical sewer interpreter type friend would probably be these, for me anyway. These are Stork embroidery scissors by Ernst & Wright, and they are, I think, one of the oldest surviving scissor manufacturers in the world, using Sheffield steel and everything. They're absolutely wonderful. They are so sharp, they are fantastic, and they are made using their original Victorian molds and patterns, so they're perfect. Good at cutting thread, small bits of delicate silk, and above all, your enemies. So yeah, if anyone wants them, what you need are these bad boys.
Practical gift, practical gift. Gotta go get. Whoa. Calm down. Calm down. Y'all running crazy. Okay, so my. All All right, so my suggestion for a practical gift is something that I have been using for years and I love them. They are the Stitch Buzz seam allowance rulers and curves. They come in multiple different widths, but oops, I'm going. They actually are laser printed. Let me come closer. To a standard seam allowance width, whether it's in metric or in inches, so 5/8, 3/8, ½ inch, what have you. I have this set in 5/8. This makes my life so much easier. If you have a maker, a sewer in your life who's making clothing, whether they've been doing it for a while or whether they're new to it, I love these rulers. They're a really small business. Link will be in the description below. I love these.
I was summoned. Abby said that some of you guys needed some ideas for some gifts this year, so hopefully I get you guys a bit covered here. I kind of broke this down with like cheap to mid to high tier style gifts that are historically inspired. Kind of. So here's to hoping I don't f this up. In the cheap tier category, I recommend the following: crowns, mugs, patterns. Get that bitch a crown. Bitches love crowns. As is normal in my videos, Sweet V does a number of crowns that are very cheap, and so they make really good gifts surprisingly, and a lot of them actually have a lot of historical inspiration. So if you want to give someone a gift that's a little more personable, just go through the Sweet V site, either through Amazon or through their official website. They got loads of options, and they're usually between something like $15 to I think at most $30. Next is some good old-fashioned mugs. If you're trying to If you're trying to buy a brand new one, again, Amazon and other ones have various ones at different prices. Oftentimes, I think these things go for at least like $15, $20. If you do want to go for something a little more expensive, if you go on Etsy or eBay, try to find pewter style mugs, and those can go between the mid and high tier pricing. If your friend's the type to really like DIY, I really suggest buying them a pattern actually. They can vary in price range, and quite frankly, they're a lot of fun. My personal favorite is by Margot Anderson. It's this one right here. It's the Italian Renaissance Gamura. So good.
As a Star Wars cosplayer, a lot of my friends are big Star Wars nerds. I like to shop small for my Christmas gifts, and so I met this really sweet artist at a convention recently. Her name's Audrey, and her shop is called Maintaining Mediocrity. She makes these really cute enamel lightsaber earrings, and so you can mix and match them to make your favorite set. This one's Leia's lightsaber, and this one's a traditional Graflex, which are the two lightsabers that Rey uses to fight Palpatine in the last episode. She's also got Obi-Wan and Mace Windu and Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. She's got a bunch of different Ahsoka lightsabers and stuff too. They're really cute. So you can mix and match them like that to customize them to your friend's favorite Star Wars characters, or you can get a matching set like this one, which is 2 glittery dark sabers. I just thought it was a really fun way to customize a gift to your friend's favorite Star Wars characters and stuff. And she's also got these really adorable Star Wars pins for characters like Satine Kryze and Padme Amidala, who are a little harder to find merch for because they're a little more obscure and stuff, but I love them. My friends love them, so they make a great Christmas gift.
If you want to buy something that maybe you could wear, a little something for the stylish, you know what I'm saying, I would recommend going over to the Dandy Wellington shop, right? We've got pins, bandanas, music, like this one, right? There it is. Little Dandy Wellington vibes. But of course, we've got the signature vintage style, not vintage values pin. That's my recommendation. Happy holidays.
Hi Abby and everyone watching. My name is Summer Lee, or Summer Ann Lee on social media, and I am so excited to share my gift suggestions for people who love fashion history or historical fashion vibes. So my top recommendation is jewelry. My personal wish lists from many Christmases past have included lots of jewelry from 2 Etsy shops in particular. The first being Rabbitwood and Reason. I'm obsessed with their sort of medieval and Renaissance inspired jewelry. And the second shop is Queen and Cavendish, who has a lot of great like 18th century inspired jewelry, including lover's eyes like these. Also, a tiara or a crown would make a great gift. You can never go wrong with picking something out in somebody's favorite color or the color of their birthstone, or maybe something that's just really perfect for cosplay. You can get 15% off site-wide at sweetv.com using my affiliate code SummerLee.
Season's greetings, everyone. I'm Samantha Bullitt, and my suggestion for the holiday gift guide is any of the wonderful, shiny, sparkly things from Armor and Castings. Armor and Castings specialize in historical reproductions of all of the metal bits and bobs and accessories that you could ever want for your historical clothing, all the way from the 5th century CE up to the 16th and 17th centuries. They have thousands of items that they can make, so you're sure to find something for anyone that you're looking for, whether it's buckles or buttons, brooches, pendants, sword bits and bobs, and all kinds of things. I can't even name all of them off the top of my head. There are really fantastic items there. Some of my favorites are, as I mentioned, the belt buckle sets that they have. They usually come with the buckle and the matching end. You can get just the metal parts here that you can put on a leather or fabric strap of your choosing, or they do have a limited number of belts that they will put together for you for an additional cost. They also have stunning jewelry. This brooch is a recent acquisition, and the jewels and pearls that they put in here are just gorgeous. You can also have any of the pieces gold plated, so that's what this one was, and you can kind of compare the look of the gold plating to just the normal brass here, depending on the class or whatever look you're going for. But you don't just have to use these things for historical reenactment or living history. A belt like this would be perfect for a knight corps or princess corps outfit, so there literally is something for everyone at Armor and Castings. Plus, when you purchase from Armor and Castings, you're supporting Ukrainian artists who are not only fighting for their lives, but also for the future of their country. I wish everyone a safe, happy season this winter, and have fun shopping.
I'm Cheney McKnight from Not Your Mama's History, and when I'm looking to give a gift, I'm looking for two things. Number one, I want it to be fair trade, and number two, I want it to be meaningful and have a story behind it. One of my favorite gifts was Saba shoes. These are their Babas. They look exactly like a repro because they are essentially reproduction shoes. This was made in a workshop in Turkey that has been in operation since the 1880s, and the style of shoe has been made in Turkey since around the 17th century. And the style of mule in the 18th century that you saw in America and throughout Europe most likely came from the regions like that in North Africa and the Middle East. They're amazing. Oh, they're so soft, they're so comfortable. Fair trade, you can't go wrong. Saba shoes. Next, I did a collaboration with B&T Burnley and Trowbridge. Oh no, I stan Burnley and Trowbridge. Now this is a kerchief I did with them in collaboration with them. It was reproduced off of Juliette Toussaint's head wrap that she had painted in a miniature. You can see it on New York Historical Society's website. It's a Modric plaid, and it is so beautiful. I love this thing. I wear it all the time. I wear it in modern. I do very retro hairstyles, and in historical, you could use it as a kerchief, as a neckerchief, whatever you needed, this kerchief can do it.
And if you are looking for something pretty to wear or gift and are a fan of slow fashion, I also recommend Salon de Fleur. I'm wearing the Carmen dress from them in Marsala red, and it is made of a beautiful linen. Happy holidays.
Now, for the high tier gifts. This is meant for your boo-boo, your best friend, the one that you ride or die for forever. Get them a sword. Nothing says friendship like a sword. You guys can frolic through a bloody battlefield together with matching swords. How cute would that be? Like, they could have their sword like placed on their wall, and any single time someone says, wow, that's an interesting piece of decoration you got there, they'll just go, yeah, my best friend got that for me. That's gonna be you. That's brownie points for life. Go get some historically inspired jewelry. Like, the possibilities there are endless alone. But if you want to go for something like a little more peculiar, a little more special, I swear to you, I'm not even kidding, go to the Met Museum's website. Yeah, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. They have right now, and just for a freaking limited time, might I add, they have right now the Tudor exhibition out, and they actually got Tudor inspired jewelry. I could not help myself. I bought these immediately. I didn't care for the price. gifts. They are on the pricier side for sure, but you know, that's what you get when you buy things from the museums. But I have to say the quality is impeccable, and Tudor-inspired jewelry pieces are very timeless. They make fantastic gifts. I hope some of my gift ideas helped, and I wish you all the most royal and happy of holidays. See you next year.
For the pretties, my suggestion to you, because this is literally on my wish list, is an Abigail Adam goddess headband. I follow Abigail Adam on Instagram, and I have just fallen in love with her stuff and her jewelry, and I was like, I want one of these, please. Thank you.
What's up, folks? Dandy Wellington here, and happy holidays. It's so good to be here to recommend a few things that might be perfect for someone special in your life. The first is this great book called Black Ivy, a revolt in style by Jason Jules and Graham Marsh. This book is chock full of style inspiration. It catalogs the stories, style, and history of some of the most important African American figures of the 1950s and 60s. It's got everyone from Sonny Rollins to Miles Davis to Sidney Poitier to Muhammad Ali and more. So it's a book that I would recommend to anyone, and I think everyone should know the people that are featured in this great book.
Hello, I'm Vivian, aka Fresh Frippery, and I'm here to show you my holiday pick for costuming and vintage nerds. It is a book called Sporting Fashion, Outdoor Girls 1800 to 1960, and it was written by Kevin Jones and Christina Johnson, who are curators at FIDM Museum. I think you can tell from me trying to heft this that this is quite a substantial book. This is a chunky boy. There is a lot of stuff in here, not just museum mounts, but also old photographs.
The mannequins are all posed in dynamic ways that really show off the clothes, and I love the way everything is mounted. For some outfits, they show the undergarments, like for this 1890s cycling outfit.
My absolute favorite bonkers outfit is this crazy print on this 1890s cycling outfit. Check it out. Even the spats, right? There's way too much in this book to show you all of it. I think it's wonderful, and anybody would love to receive it as a gift.
Are you looking for the perfect gift for the crafter, costumer, or lover of vaguely historical things in your life? May I bring to your consideration books, specifically fake books. Transform your piles of tiny random things into a suspiciously blank, untitled book. Jewelry on your dresser? Now it's a book. Cords on your console? Now it's a book. Unsightly bin of sewing supplies? Now it's several books. Coming soon to a fake bookstore near you.
Hi everyone, my name is Captain Casey. I am a cosplayer, streamer, and also a former historical actor over in Boston, and I have two different gift ideas for your cosplayer, historical reenactor, random sewist friend. The first one that I have for you is The Hero's Closet. This book is really good for any sort of beginner sewer or even a beginner cosplayer. This book actually does give you full instruction manuals on how to make bodysuits, leotards, pleated skirts, you name it. The best part about this book is it does come with your own patterns. So if you don't like to make patterns like me, this book is really good because, hey, you don't have to make your own patterns in this one. And the other great thing about this book is it does come with an entire tutorial on how to make capes. So if you're a superhero cosplayer like me, or really want to cosplay as Jane Foster Thor from Thor Love and Thunder.
Enough tomfoolery, why don't you take up that mask and reveal yourself? Come on.
It does have an entire cape on here that looks exactly like hers. I actually used this book for the entire tutorial for her cape. So, highly recommend Hero's Closet. The other book that I also have, and no, Abby did not tell me to put this in here, she doesn't even know. I put in 18th century dressmaking. I actually have been using this book for any historical inspired cosplays. In fact, if you look right behind me, I have my Ariel cosplay, which was historically inspired. The under petticoat and also the overskirt was made using this book. In fact, the under petticoat, I completely hand sewed and used this book in order to figure out on how to hand sew it. Of course, nobody's able to see it, but whatever. Highly recommend this book for anybody who's just either wanting to just get into historical inspired cosplays or even historical reenactments, or just wanting to hand sew their entire stuff from the 18th century. And in fact, if you're like me and want to become like, you know, a Disney princess who really wants to go to Oogie Boogie Bash and definitely just wants to dress up like Ariel and look like a really pretty historically inspired cosplay, this is a really good book for you. So again, 18th century dressmaking and also the Hero's Closet. You can put both of these into one single bundle and have a really good present that will make a cosplayer really, really happy this holiday season. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
Vintage gift idea. I really love it. My name is Erin Parsons. I am a makeup artist by trade, TikToker by night. My favorite gift, the gift that keeps on giving, are books. And I love doing vintage hairstyle tutorials. Although I am a makeup artist by trade, I didn't really know how to do hair, so I learned by these books. So we have 1920s, we have the 30s, more 30s. We come into the 40s, there's a few 40s books, and then even the 1950s. And you can find all of these on eBay, Amazon. They're relatively cheap, like 20 bucks. And I also love this makeup book from 1932. This is based on color harmony, and the color theory behind it all is, let's say you're blonde with blue eyes, or you have black hair with brown eyes. There is a color harmony makeup scheme for everyone. And it's really fun. It's really, really fun to try the different looks that are in here. And they also teach you like where to put your rouge or how to line your lips, where your brows should be, how far apart they should be, how thin they should be. It's just fascinating. And this one you can find really easily. Amazon, eBay, and there's even a digital download, which I'm sure Abby will link. That's it, the gift that keeps on giving. I love collecting books. Have a wonderful and happy vintage inspired holiday.
I always have some sort of fashion history related books on my wish list. I know that it can be really difficult to pick out a book for someone else, but my first recommendations for everyone when they ask me are How to Read a Dress and How to Read a Suit by Lydia Edwards. Another more general fashion history book would be The Fashion Chronicles by Amber Butchart, but I think it can be really great and really thoughtful to gift someone a more niche fashion history book like Shaping Femininity by Sarah Bendel, or Dress in the Age of Jane Austen by Hilary Davidson. And of course, we cannot forget The American Duchess Guide to 18th Century Beauty. Shout out to Abby. And honestly, you can have a lot of fun looking for dress history exhibition catalogs from museums like the Costume Institute at the Met, the Victoria and Albert Museum, the museum at FIT, or maybe the Underpinnings Museum. This is the catalog for A History of Red Lingerie, which I curated with the Underpinnings Museum earlier this year. Happy shopping and happy holidays, everyone.
If your friend is like me, however, and really, really, really loves cooking, might I suggest you actually get the cookbook by Max Miller, Tasting History. It goes through 4,000 years of cooking and all these really fun, intricate recipes that you never would have thought of before. They're so much fun. And also, you can watch the Tasting History channel with your friend as an added bonus. 2 for the price of 1, baby.
Why didn't I bring that up with me? I literally have it downstairs. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. This book. It is Fabric for Fashion, the swatch book. It actually includes 125 fabric swatches. If you're like me and you're a very visual learner, this is great because there's so many different names for fabrics. There's so many different types of fabrics. You can read about it and they can like read the description, you can like see a photo, but it's totally a different experience when you actually feel it in your hand, and then you kind of like fully grasp how it's supposed to hang, how it's supposed to drape. I'm still winded because of going up and down the stairs and filming. Here's like the one of the silk and cotton sections. And so we have the labels, like what they are here. So you know, like, oh, okay, this is a cotton poplin. Like this is what this is supposed to feel like versus like a silk chiffon or like a silk organza. And they even have man-made fibers as well as natural. So like here's a, you know, silk crepe de chien. Like that's amazing that there's actually like a wool crepe in here, so that way you understand. All right, so that is it for the Extreme Ultimate Gift Giving Guide of 2022. I want to say a special thank you to all of my friends, colleagues, and peers who helped with this video. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I love our community that we have here on the internet. It is stellar. And I really hope that for you all watching at home that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you found some good ideas. If you have an idea that maybe for a gift that maybe no one touched on in the video, go ahead and leave it in a comment below. Links to everyone's channels, if you don't subscribe to them already or watch their videos, will also be in the description below. As again, all the links to everything mentioned here that is linkable. If you liked this video in particular, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you are new here and you have not subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and subscribe. I upload every other week. We do fashion history and fun shit here. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna go eat lunch now and finish editing this video because I was doing this yesterday. Okay, bye. Okay, will that do? But also, like, look at my fireplace. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the people on the camera. Shit! Fuck.
Goodbye now.
Oh, no, shit.